I'm Phoebe Chong-Chua. You're watching Live Fit Magazine. We're coming to you from Central Park in New York City. We're going to take you to see the sights, the sounds, the fun. Plus, what secret ingredient makes this tiny restaurant in West Village stand out?
I want to create a genuine experience for the people that walk in here because they're from my family. Like, they walk in, I'm giving hugs and kisses. Don't give me a handshake, I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss your wife, I love you. Yeah.
Our travels begin in Times Square in the heart of New York City, which is often referred to as the crossroads of the world. It's packed with excitement, people, and international commerce. Interestingly, Times Square is the only neighborhood in the city that requires businesses to display lighted signs. Can you imagine Times Square without the lights? The name comes from the Times building, formerly the New York Times headquarters, now known as One Times Square. Times Square stretches from West 42nd Street to West 47th, and many use the subway to navigate the city. One of the things that's difficult can be navigating around the city, especially if you're not from here. Getting onto the subways and choosing which one to take is simplified with an easy phone app. The free app is called Hop Stop. Once the Live Fit magazine and films crew downloaded it, we were no longer pestering New Yorkers.
This side is a World Trade Center.
For travel getaways, the Big Apple delivers big time. It's the hub of entertainment, food, fashion, fine hotels, and theater. Here's a Live Fit tip. If you're planning to see a show on Broadway, head out early in the day to the Big Red Tickets booth near the Red Staircase in Times Square. Now, there are a couple of others located on the island that are a little less crowded, but don't let the line at this one intimidate you. We got through it in under 30 minutes. Here you can get day of tickets to on-Broadway and off-Broadway shows for as much as 50% off.
They got an old Broadway show, which is famous.
Coming up on Live Fit Magazine, a prominent New York City landmark celebrates 50 years of service and a major renovation.
For over 30 years, San Diego has trusted Markel Design and Remodeling.
One of the best decisions I've ever made was choosing Markel for my remodeling needs.
Markel listened to our needs
and then exceeded our expectations.
Remodeling can be scary, but Markel gave us peace of mind.
Their team transformed our old kitchen into the new heart of our home.
They created the home I've always wanted.
Insist on quality and value. Call Markel Design and Remodeling.
I'm Gary Markel. Trust your home to us.
It's tested for performance, for wearability, for cleanability, and we only carry really good quality products.
A prominent landmark is located at 53rd and 7th, the Sheraton New York, a hot spot for world travelers and business executives. This year, the hotel celebrates 50 years of hospitality service in New York City, and it just recently completed a $160 million renovation.
That is really bringing back the splendor and the grandeur that this hotel opened with back in 1962.
This is where the Live Fit magazine and films crew stayed. It's conveniently situated just around the corner from the subway and walking distance to the theater district and much more.
You can play in the theater district, certainly in the restaurant district as well. We've got Fifth Avenue for shopping close on by, and just right up the block here we've got Central Park. So we're situated directly between Times Square and Central Park. So you get the best of both worlds.
But what makes the Sheraton New York a destination is its ability to serve all your needs at a corporate or personal level. The 50-story hotel has shopping in the lobby, both wired and wireless internet connectivity, a FedEx business center, 60,000 square feet of meeting space, a cool free internet cafe. Here you can log on to the web while enjoying coffee and some food. For VIP guests, the enhanced Sheraton Club Lounge has great views and offers complimentary breakfast and afternoon hors d'oeuvres, TVs and computers, and a staff ready to serve.
We can arrange anything for you, from helicopter rides to special dinner reservations. If you want to have flowers set up in your room or amenities set up in your room for a loved one or an anniversary, the answer is always yes to whatever the question is.
Part of the $160 million renovation at the Sheraton New York occurred right here in the fitness center, where you have every piece of equipment you can imagine.
Not your typical hotel fitness center. We've got over 30 pieces of cardio equipment And the key to that is, as a business person, you've got your time allocated to work out. We don't want you to have to wait an extra 30 minutes for somebody else to get off a piece of equipment. We've been able to really tailor workout programs to the individual guest traveler. So whether you're on the road 2 nights a week or 4 nights a week, we can complement not only the workout regime, but also dietary needs. But it really is an opportunity to stay healthy, to stay fit while you're out on the road. Whether you're here to relax, whether you're here to work hard, we want you to be prepared to do both.
It's very conducive to working out on the road. We try to punch our fundamentals of the core program, which are recovery, movement, nutrition, and mindset.
So this is the fun part of the job. I'm at the Hudson Market, and I'm sitting here with Chef Joe. And you have been here, what, about 11 years?
Yeah.
What's the best part of the job?
I love the volume that we do and serving so many people from so many different countries.
And you fixed up one of your favorites and one of the specialties. I find this so funny, come all the way from California to New York, and I'm getting, what?
The California burger.
The California burger. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's our top seller. Right now we're taking great spinach from New Jersey. And some heirloom tomatoes out of Long Island. We have all our breads baked fresh in the city. We have a proprietary cut of ground beef for us with porterhouse tails, and the fries are truffle Parmesan fries.
Oh, truffle Parmesan fries. Okay, I have to start with the fry, if you don't mind.
Thanks.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very good. I love it. I can't wait to dig into this.
Girl, I got ain't no business about it, be about it last night. Do the thing with me, who you came to see. Music is banging and we.
Raw talent? Looking for a new career? Get cooking. Be a chef. San Diego Culinary Institute, the school for creative people who also want to make a good living. Visit sdculinary.com. Learn how to become a professional chef.
Hi, I'm Chef Bernard, and when I am not cooking in the kitchen, I am watching Live Fit magazine. So catch me there on the next Live Fit magazine.
Later on Live Fit magazine, the secret ingredient of success of this New York City cozy restaurant, plus how to make a traditional delicious pasta from Chef Enrico.
You know what's great about this city? What's great about this city is the history.
So I'm here with Mike's Tours, Mike Kabak, and we are going to get the official New York City tour of the Fashion District. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to see.
We'll visit a showroom, maybe a factory. You'll learn the history of the apparel industry in New York City from 1609 to 2012.
The fashion industry is deep-rooted in the culture of New York City. Just take a close look at the seal on the New York flag. Maybe you'll see something that you haven't noticed.
I wanted to show you how important the garment district is to the city of New York. They didn't put here a printing machine, and they didn't put in here a hospital bed, and they didn't put in any other manufacturing. They put a beaver on the flag of the city, of the seal of the city, of all about New York City, is about the garment district. That's how important the apparel industry is, has been, and still is to New York City.
New York City is considered the fashion capital of the world. Millions of immigrants arrived in the city after the American Civil War. Many had skills in tailoring and sewing, which quickly turned New York City into the birthplace of designer trends. I'm sitting with Bernadette at the J. Rosen showroom.
Well, I'm a sales representative here. I've been here for about 7.5 years, and we're responsible for selling about 14 different swimwear and accessory brands to high-end boutiques and specialty department stores like Bloomingdale's and Saks, to boutiques anywhere from Calypso to shopop.com.
What are some of the hot trends coming up?
Well, definitely fringe is very popular this year. You're going to see fringe all over. And definitely a lot of like color. Neons are super popular, bright colors. It's everywhere in our flip-flops, in our beachwear, cover-ups. So definitely bright is in season.
This here is the giant needle and the button with the letter F in the button in the colors of the Fashion District bid.
It's here in the Fashion Center Business Improvement District that many come to take photos in front of a legendary statue that showcases the industry's success stories.
1 out of 100 becomes successful. It's Mr. Weller. Mr. Weller becomes successful, sends his daughter to college, and retires a wealthy man with a home uptown on the Upper West Side. Showroom in a beautiful building, one of these beautiful buildings here, and it proves that you can succeed here in New York.
The creative epicenter of Midtown Manhattan also has infamous designer names lining the pavement.
His name in high school was Ralph Lifshitz, and everybody made fun of Lifshitz. So his father changed the name to Lauren, and he's known for his cowboy look of the Old West. Ralph Lauren.
You might recognize this store. It's called Mood, and this is where the show Project Runway brings its designers.
Project Runway, originally they came to us. They like the store, of course. They like the drama of the store. It's like 3 floors, and so they want to talk to us about filming. And my wife said she didn't know who's Project Runway, what's going on, and so on. And then they came in, talked to us. I said, okay, if you do the right thing for us, we'll be glad to host you here.
It's kind of made it even more of an iconic place to come.
Well, originally Mood has been very famous for young designers, especially in New York and maybe the country. But then when Project Runway hit television, so the place became international.
Project Runway films its reality TV series, now beginning its 10th season, at this building, Parsons, the new school for design in the Fashion District in New York City.
Coming up on Live Fit Magazine, our travel journalist Cynthia Dial takes little bites of the Big Apple as she shows us the best way to see New York City.
Picture perfect sunny day, everyone together. Color the blue sky, feeling the rain. Paint yourself a perfect picture. It's so much better. The future's ours to lose. All you can dream of.
Coming up on Live Fit Magazine. Inside a tiny kitchen, so tiny we had to shoot this story like this, but it's big on flavor.
Homemade pasta, tagliatella with shrimp and pesto sauce. Secret ingredient in Italy is the passion.
Combine one passionate chef from Italy, one adorable restaurant in Greenwich Village, and lively personalities, including some who do stand-up comedy at a club nearby. And you have Organica's recipe for success.
It's a lot of responsibility for me. I'm responsible for 5 women right now to make you guys happy, you know? You're in the heart of the Greenwich Village right now, so there's a ton of Italian restaurants. So you're gonna find what you see on the menu that you'll find in every other restaurant, every other Italian restaurant in this neighborhood. But what we do that's different here is the fact that our food is actually organic, and the fact that we're just a small venue, small, intimate atmosphere. Everything is tight, because that's what we want. Everyone close, very community. Like you're sitting next to strangers, but it feels like family. Everyone's high-fiving, everyone's like, oh, the food is great. And I've seen this connection happen. I've had families, I've had couples, people from all over the world feel like they're home.
Organica is the kind of restaurant that you may come in hungry, but you will leave more than satisfied in more ways than one, from the great meal to the wonderful love that pours out of this place.
We want to create sort of a nostalgic vibe.
The kind of atmosphere where people enjoy their food and drinks with good conversation, no rush, and a staff that's as unique as the people who come here from all over the world.
I've been an ice skater for 10 years, a professional figure skater. I was touring around the world, and I just recently moved to New York and came in this place and got a drink, and they were like, how would you like a job? And I was like, I'd be crazy not to take it. It's so much fun here.
Basically, we're just trying to go back to what is natural. We're just going back to what is family, what's love. So we just want them to come in and eat healthy, eat food that's organic, no pesticides, no hormones.
And that's exactly what you get at Organica, a healthy dose of great food, fun personalities with a whole lot of love, and an extra serving of laughter. Coming up next, Chef Enrico shows us how to make a simple but tasty pasta. Plus, Sienna Maryland heads to NYU to explore the university and Greenwich Village.
Tell
Tell me, what did I do right to deserve such wonder in my life? When you smile, my heart turns inside out.
Cavatello pasta. Cavatello tipico il pasta pugliese, Italian Puglia. Olive oil. Asparagus. So, now tomato. White wine. Pepper. Basilico. Go take the pasta. It's ready. This cavatello with asparagus and cherry tomato.
For me, sexy for you, okay?
I'm Sienna, Maryland. Not far from Organica is NYU, New York University, located in Greenwich Village. Nearly every direction you look, there is a picture-perfect moment. From the landscape to the architecture, you'll snap tons of photos. The school opened in 1832 with only 158 students. Today, the student body is nearly 40,000 enrolled in the university's 14 colleges. We toured film and TV, dramatic writing, and drama. At the historic Washington Square, near NYU, you'll catch a glimpse of aspiring students performing. We sat down with George Malko, an author and longtime screenwriting teacher at NYU, and asked the question that all hopeful NYU students are wondering about.
I think what the school looks for is an exhibition of determination, talent.
George brings his writing experience and wisdom to his students who are eager to pursue their dreams.
Worked with the great Bernardo Bertolucci on his movie La Luna. Had some television movies made. And I've had the pleasure of seeing plays of mine done in workshops and staged readings and off Broadway. And I had worked in television news, documentary news, but then had left that just to write. I always say that I left because they wouldn't let me write. But I think it was because I was impatient and they wanted me to wait, and I didn't want to wait. So I felt I could go out and try, but it took 10 years before I was able to support myself and my family as a writer. Would I have done it again if I knew it would take 10 years? Probably. There's no good advice we can give them because there's no single way of making it. We talk about networking, we talk about staying in touch, we talk about listening to each other, we talk about reading each other's work. We talk about never being afraid to try something, ever. We talk about using intern opportunities to meet people. I think mostly what I say, if you're going to write, don't let anything stop you.
It's not only the hopeful students who come to NYU. Tourists and locals drop by the high-end shopping in the surrounding area. Around Greenwich neighborhood, you'll find cute restaurants and shops like this wine hut. Or stop in at Molly's Cupcakes for a delicious treat. Another interesting site, the New York City Fire Department, where you'll see a 9/11 memorial for the fallen firefighters. For Live Fit Magazine, I'm Sienna, Maryland.
Picture perfect sunny day, everyone together, color the blue sky, feeling the rain, paint yourself a perfect picture, we can make it so much better, the future's ours to lose, all you can dream of.
Coming up on Live Fit Magazine, our travel journalist Cynthia Dial takes little bites of the Big Apple as she shows us the best way to see New York City.
Live Fit Magazine gives away your favorite prizes. Watch to win. Subscribe on youtube.com/LiveFit Magazine and find us on Facebook.com/LiveFit Magazine. Find contest details and enter to win prizes at livefitmagazine.com. Plus, learn how you can be featured or become a sponsor of the Live Fit Magazine show. Live fit, live well, live it up on Live Fit Magazine.
I'm Cynthia Dial, and I love Greenwich too. But you know, there are some other areas in New York that I'd like to tell you about. Let me tell you what's at the top of my list and really how to best enjoy it. I always tell people to go see a city from different perspectives. Now, what that means is take the Staten Island Ferry. You'll be going past the Statue of Liberty. You'll be seeing the city from the waterfront. And you will also do it free because that doesn't cost a penny to do that. Head up to the observation deck of the Empire State Building. It's on the 86th floor, and it's going to give you an aerial view you cannot imagine. And then make dinner reservations at the River Cafe. That's at the base of the Brooklyn Bridge. And in the evening, when the city lights are on, you're going to have a view that is unparalleled. Take the subway. That's right, the subway. Now, I always tell people to really get a feel for the city. Take local transportation, and that includes New York too. But lastly, I want you to get on one of those double-decker buses and take a city tour. That's right. I know it sounds touristy. It is touristy. But you know what you're going to be doing is really getting your bearings. You're going to see which neighborhoods come up against the next, where everything is in New York City. And it's going to also tell you which neighborhoods you want to go back to. Now, my favorites would be to head down to Canal Street to Chinatown, get a little taste of that, then head over to Mulberry Street. Now, that's where New York's Little Italy is. Soho is one of my very favorites. They have galleries, outdoor cafes, boutiques, and then on the weekends, it's really the best because they have table by tabletop of different artisans and their creations that are for sale. If you want a little feel of the luxe life, head up to the Upper East Side and always, always end in Midtown, the theater on Broadway, because that's New York. I hope I've helped you figure out how to take a bite or two out of the Big Apple. And in the meantime, follow us on Live Fit Magazine for our theater and movie reviews.
Thanks, Cynthia. Before we wrap up, we head over to Las Vegas for the New York Festival's International TV and Film Awards at the National Association of Broadcasters Conference. This year, NYF honors one of sports television's most accomplished executives, Jeffrey Mason, with the Lifetime Achievement Award for 2012.
I've done a lot of exciting work and have traveled to a lot of exciting places and have done some pretty well-received and, to a degree, important shows. None of that would have meant anything without having shared the experience of that with the people with whom I've worked. It's the only reason I still do it, to be able to look at the expression on people's faces when they realize that they're better than they thought they could be. Things like that. You can't bottle that. You can't buy it. That's why I do it.
Here's a look and listen from some of the award winners.
The documentary is the subject is Laya, means freedom, and it is about the women languishing in jail for years and years, nobody taking care of them. So we have this project of women 65 years and above will be granted pardon by the President of the Philippines. So that's the meaning of the Laya ko, si Lola. Lola means old person or grandmother. So they don't have any more threat to society, and therefore they can go out and live with their family, or sometimes we provide shelter for them because nobody would like to take care of them anymore.
We're here from the CNN in America unit, and we've won 3 medals tonight for various documentaries that we worked on over the last year. We're very proud of our work and happy with CNN's commitment to provide long form to the world. We have the unique ability to work on stories for sometimes 10 months to a year at a time. So, you know, long form storytellers are few and far between in the broadcast industry, and we're proud to represent a few that we feel like are doing it really well.
Dave and I went for a documentary called
Battle for Blair Mountain, and it was a documentary looking at the coal mining industry in West Virginia. We spent 10 months in the mountains of West Virginia chasing around coal miners, their families, as well as environmentalists and folks who, were on the other side of the political fence. So it was a documentary which we feel would allowed us to not only be storytellers and documentarians, but also news gatherers and people on the ground who were using their journalism skills, something that we, the reason we came to CNN, they allow us to be journalists, but also allow us to tell stories.
And that's our show. I'm Phoebe Chong-Chua. We leave you with some behind-the-scenes moments from New York City. Until the next time, live fit, live well, live it up on Live Fit Magazine.
Waiting in the subway. I don't trust anyone here. Because these fools. Look at that. Taylor, you agree with me? You can't trust anyone. Oh, this one's gonna save the day.
Among the fun things that you can do in Central Park is, of course, meet up with Xiang and Dario and get a portrait done.
I love it. It looks awesome. Thank you so much.
Keep a smile, please.
Live Fit Magazine gives away your favorite prizes. Watch to win. Subscribe on youtube.com/Live Fit Magazine and find us on facebook.com/Live Fit Magazine. Find contest details and enter to win prizes at livefitmagazine.com. Plus, learn how you can be featured or become a sponsor of the Live Fit Magazine show. Live Fit, live well, live it up on Live Fit Magazine.